In fact, there are not many side moves. So you can see I have highlighted by the arrows. There are only 2 side moves has been tried, and especially they are not good. So the first side move which I am going to have a look is bishop to g5. After bishop to g5, black should play the move knight to e7, and here the main move is to castle on the king side. Afterwards, it's good time to hit this bishop with the move h6, and after bishop to h4, black should play the move d6, which can stabilize his position and it free up the bishop. The game continues with the move rook to e1, but it doesn't look threatening at all because black piece can come out very freely. So here I responded with very energetically. So I played the move g5, and after bishop to g3, I played the move bishop to e6. You can see all these moves are very much forced, and after bishop captures and f recaptured, my opponent played the move c3, but now there are not many tricks left, so black can immediately accept this pawn, and after white recapture, black can play the move queen to d7, and the next movement black will castle on the queen side. So for example, in this game my opponent tried the move rook to c1, but after castling on the queen side, black remain a clear pawn off with in fact a better position. So bishop to g5 doesn't convince me at all. You can play against this move very confidently. The more tricky approach is castle on the king side. So if black foolishly go for the nf6, then c3 has some venom. In these lines where white hasn't committed c3 and instead he decided to castle on the king side, I propose that you delay the development of the g9 and play the move d6. And now c3 doesn't create that much havoc in the black camp because black can play the move queen to f6, hold on to that d pawn, and the planning of the black campaign is very simple. Black wants to play knight g to e7 and then castle on the king side and asking white what he has get for sacrificing a pawn. So again, white has to continue with his initiative. So accordingly, there are 2 moves has been tried. In the first game, my opponent tried the move rook to e1, but after very simple bishop to g4, white is having some problem on the f3 square. My opponent defended with knight b to d2, but now I played the castling on the queen side, and the game continues with the move queen to b3, attacking f7 pawn. But this can be successfully made with the following move orders. First, black will capture the c3 pawn, and after white recapture, now black plays the move knight to a4, and this turns out very well for white. So for example, in the game my opponent played the move queen to b5, but after very simple knight captures bishop and queen recapture and knight to e7, not only black is a clear pawn up, but white pawn structure on the queen side has been shattered. So this line cannot provide any fortune to the white side. In another game, my opponent tried this aggressive looking move, that is the move bishop to g5, but after queen to g6, still white cannot recapture his pawn because his bishop has been protected by the knight. So in the game my opponent tried the move rook to e1, but now once again I renew the threat with the move bishop to g4. So my opponent has to protect that knight with another knight, so he played the move knight b to d2, but once again I played our old transaction, that is d cross c3. So as soon as you see that knight is coming out, it's good time to capture the c pawn. After white recapture, black should play the move h6, hitting the bishop. Now please remember, if queen comes to the b3, then bishop drop back to the b6 and black doesn't have any problem. So in this game my opponent tried the move bishop to h4, but now I played knight g to e7, and once again if white cannot continue with his initiative, then white will be a pawn down with a loose pawn structure. So in this game my opponent tried the move queen to b3, which has a double attack to the f7 as well as b7, but I calmly played the move b6, and now my opponent is running out of the ideas. So here he tried a desperate looking move e5, but here I calmly castle on the king side, and now white doesn't have any tricks left. For example, if white plays e cross d6, then black can simply recapture with the bishop, and black again comes out with the pawn up, and instead of e cross d6, the more dangerous looking move is the e6, but here black has a wonderful move which diffuse the whole white attacking ideas, and that is the move knight to e5, attacking the two piece. So the first natural response is very obvious, so white is going to capture the f7 with a check, and here black king will go in the corner, and afterwards white has tried two different moves. In the first game my opponent tried queen to a5, but after I capture the bishop, no matter which knight white capture, white will have a losing position. So for example, if queen captures c4, then the very simple is knight to f5, attacking the bishop, and after bishop to g3, knight captures bishop, pawn recaptures, and rook captures f7. Look at the queen side of the white. So white has a shattered pawn all over on the queen side. Black has a very compact pawn structure as well as majority, and please do not forget black has a bishop pair, so it's a dream position for the black. In the game my opponent goes for this tricky transaction, that is bishop captures e7, but after knight captures d2 and bishop captures f8, it turns out that black will be couple of pieces ahead after knight takes f3. If the king moves away, then black can simply capture this bishop. In the game my opponent tried g cross f3, but after very simple bishop captures f3, white king is getting mated. So that's all pretty much you need to know to defuse the Scotch Gambit. You should be thankful to your opponent to playing such a gambit against you, because that means as a black you get a clear winning edge starting from the opening. I hope you enjoy and learn this wonderful lesson. Please feel free to comment on my video, and I'll meet you in my next lecture, which is the Goring Gambit. Bye.